Welcome to The Standard from Vancouver. I'm Randall Mark. Tonight, an exclusive interview with the Honourable Stephane Dion, leader of the official opposition in Ottawa. This should be an interesting month in federal politics. In the coming days, the Conservative government could face at least 3 confidence motions. If they fail on just one, we are again in a general election. One of these motions will centre on extending the Canadian military's involvement in Afghanistan until at least the year 2011. What will the Liberals and Stephane Dion do? Here is the first part of our interview with the leader of the Liberal Party of Canada. Welcome to the show, Mr. Dion. I really appreciate you coming on tonight. Your own party put troops in Afghanistan to help protect people, to help stabilize the country, to help get rid of the Taliban. Why now would you think that they need to pull out?
Thank you for this invitation, Randall. We have accepted Canada to be the country that will facilitate the transfer from a US mission to a NATO mission. And it was supposed to be 1 year in Kandahar from 2006 to February 2007. This was what we accepted as a government. February 2007, the combat mission in Kandahar was supposed to be over for Canada. And we were willing to do other tasks in Afghanistan. This was the plan. Mr. Harper has been elected. And without negotiating anything with the other countries, NATO countries, United States, the government of Afghanistan, the neighboring countries, he decided to extend the mission until February 2009. So the combat mission that was supposed to be 1 year became 3 years. And now we say, well, 3 years, it's a lot. It's normal for Canada to ask for a rotation. And we asked last year, all the year of 2007, we asked the Prime Minister to notify NATO that indeed the combat mission for Canada will end February 2009. He did not do that. He said everything is fine, everything is okay. Now, we are in 2008. And what the Prime Minister is saying, he's saying the mission does not work. I need more troops. I need help from NATO. Why? He didn't say that a year ago. If it's true this year that the mission does not work,
but it's not
it
just
was
him
true
saying
a
that,
year ago. It was true a year ago. And he's saying that he will pull out if he does not receive more help. So the Prime Minister has been passive for a full year. He did not engage our allies. He has not been clear with them, no more than he has been clear with us, Canadians. And it's a complete mismanagement from the Prime Minister.
Mr. Dion, there's been the Manley Report has just come out, and the idea behind the Manley Report is to say, how do we take a look at what's been going on there, just the way you've been talking about, and yet maybe the mission needs to be redefined. These issues are complex. Even your own deputy, Michael Ignatieff, has talked about issues in his book, Lesser Evil, that military combat missions, like in Afghanistan, sometimes need to exist. How do you respond to someone like Michael Ignatieff, who says these kind of things?
Well, I will Michael and I have the same view. All our caucus has the same view. We have been carrying the most dangerous combat mission in Afghanistan for 3 years, with the principle of rotation in mind. When NATO invited Canada to go in Kandahar, the province of Kandahar, the most dangerous one, NATO said to Canada, we need you for 1 year. After we decided alone, unilaterally, through Mr. Harper, to stay 2 years more. The principle of rotation is key for the success of the mission. If it's true that this mission is for decades, there is no Canadian willing to carry the most dangerous mission for decades. We want to do our best, and we did it, and our men and women in uniform have been great. After 3 years, no, and it will never be done or in 3 years. But the principle of rotation is very important. You have about 30 countries in NATO. You have 13,000 troops now in Kandahar, and only a few of them are involved in the combat mission. Why is that so? Because NATO does not work? If NATO works, the principle of rotation must work, because a country like Canada will not accept to be in the most dangerous combat mission for years. It's not what we intend to do, because we are doing that at a huge cost for regarding casualties, but also it's preventing us to play a role elsewhere in the world.
So you're not saying
you understand that the government has decided to pull most of our efforts internationally in one country without never having any debate in Canada. Canadians did not decide that for years our most important effort internationally will be in Afghanistan. It's a debate that we never had because we were there for 1 year, not forever. And now the government is designing a never-ending mission. This is not acceptable.
They said 2011.
No, they say that there will be a review in 2011. That the mission, that they are asking the House to extend the mission from 2009 to the end of 2011, and at that time you will have a review. That means that we are sending the signal to our allies, well, it may be well over 2011. You don't need to think about what we will do in 2011. The Canadians will stay. They will have a review. It's what they are saying, and this is a recipe for a never-ending mission.
Do you believe that the role of the military in Canada and around the world, that it does have a role to play in places like Afghanistan?
Yes.
So you still think that the military can be used in aggressive combat ways to help secure places like Afghanistan?
It's something that we may do, but it should not be the only thing. It cannot be in one country for decades. We don't think it's what Canada may do the best. And after 3 years of the most dangerous combat mission in Kandahar, it's certainly legitimate for Canada to say, we want to help this country, but otherwise. We want to help this country with other means. It may be development, reconstruction. The water management in this country is a mess. Canada may do a lot to help. Women's rights, the judicial system, we may help them to fix their judicial system, which is in
disarray.
Yes, and the jail system is awful. So there are a lot of things we may do, and why it would be the most dangerous combat mission for years and years and years. I don't think Canadians would accept that.